All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to review distributive property today. First things first, though, let's take a look at the bell work, which we did last class. Well, you did that concept last class. Okay, so we need to simplify the following thing. The easiest way to do this is kind of the opposite of finding the common denominator, in the sense that what is easiest is to take this and split it. So we're going to write 6x to the 2/3 over 2x to the 1/2 plus 4x over 2x to the 1/2. Would you agree that that's the same thing? No?
Why?
Why is it the same? Because the common denominator is the same. So normally what we would have done is found the common denominator and then put it all together. So all I'm doing is undoing that. I'm writing it as two separate fractions again. The reason is it's a lot easier for me to simplify this if it's in two separate fractions. I can do it without doing this step, but it helps me visualize it if you're someone that has a hard time visualizing it. Right, Amelia?
Right.
Right. So now I can easily see, okay, what's 6 divided by 2? Uh-huh. Now this is the part that's a little bit harder, so let's do it on the side. We need 2/3 minus 1/2. Can I do that?
No.
No, I need a common denominator, right? What would be my common denominator? Do you need something?
My charger. My pin has it.
Ah, okay, yeah.
What are you doing?
All right, so I think I heard someone say it would be 6, so it's 4/6 minus 3/6, which is going to be how many sixths?
1/6.
1/6. So I'm going to get x to the 1/6. 4 divided by 2. Alicia, what's that? Yeah. And Elena, what is x to the power of 1 over x to the 1/2? 1 minus a half.
X to the
Half, exactly. See, you got it. X to the 1, because if there's nothing written, there's always a 1, right? So it's 1 minus 1/2, which is just a half. And there you go, that's your answer. Anybody get that one on their own? Anybody get close? No. I can't add them because the x's have different exponents.
Yeah, but if we put this,
So I can't.
but if you put it said 3, 6.
Still can't add them.
Why?
There's no way to get this so that I can put them all together because the x's are fundamentally different. Because even if I make this 3/6, 3/6 is not the same as 1/6. So while I could add those fractions, I can't add the exponent, like the basis of the exponent. So they have to be exactly the same. So they need to both be 1/6 or both be 1/2. Then I can put them together. Otherwise I can't.
So we just left
Yeah, we leave it like that. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's try actually the lesson from today then. So we're going to look at distributive property. Does anybody remember what distributive property is? What am I doing with it? I'm distributing, sure. Okay, I'm going to take the thing that is outside of a bracket and I'm going to put it inside. Now, technically, you could argue that taking it out is also distributive property. It's just in reverse, but usually we call that factoring, right? Okay, so, yeah, like if you take out the greatest common factor, we've done it before. I'll show you later. Okay, so I'm going to put in this -5. When I do that, you guys, the most important thing is remember your negatives. I think that's where students mess up the most. Okay, the second place is that they forget to do it on the second part. So this one, everyone gets. Everyone says, oh yeah, it's -10x. And then some students will write +9. Or they'll write minus or +45. You need to do the whole -5 into the 9. So it becomes -5 times 9, which is -45. Okay? Uh-huh. Now, that's the easy way. What about if I have something like this?
You put it.
Sure. So if you want, we can think of this because it's squared as just being this. Right? And then I can use FOIL. You guys use FOIL last year with Sandro?
No.
I know you did, because he told me. He didn't lie. All right, so all that means is firsts, so x times x, outsides, which is going to be xh. Insides, does hx and xh, any, like, are those different or are they the same? They're exactly the same. So I'm going to write them as xh.
Can you just put hx2?
Kind of. Like with a 2 in front? Yes. Not a 2 exponent. And then our last is h squared. Okay? Now, obviously, this simplifies to be this, 2xh plus h squared. Now, if you're good at them and you've done a lot and you remember, then you can do this in your head. Because if we look at it, it's always going to be the first one squared, x squared, plus 2 times them multiplied together, 2xh, plus the last term squared, h squared. So if you've done them and you remember that trick, you can absolutely do that in your head. Okay? You can skip this step if you want. But if you're having a hard time, always write this middle step because then you won't mess it up. Okay? Yeah. The L lasts. Yeah, so FOIL, I'll write it this way, is first, outside, inside, and then lasts. Yep, we're going to do the exact same thing on this one. So we're going to do FOIL, so it's firsts, so that's 30x squared. Outsides, 15x. Insides, so negative 2 times 10 is negative 20x. And then lasts, negative 2 times 5 for negative 10. Then I need to always combine these middle ones because, Camila, remember earlier we were talking if the exponent is exactly the same. So because these are both exactly 1x, I can put them together.
No, wait. But then, wouldn't it?
Are you good? Okay. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you now try the next ones. Do you want me to leave it up here so you can see what we've done? Okay. So I'm going to pause it, let you guys do that, and then we'll go over them. All right, guys, here are your answers. Take a look at them, and then we'll talk about a couple of them because I know that some of you guys have some questions about them. Okay? Anybody get all 3 right? Yeah, nice. Quite a few of you.
X here is x squared.
Which one?
It's
In
10,
the
10x squared down.
here?
Yes.
Because 2 times 5 gives us the 10, and x times x gives us x squared. Okay, so this one, it's not letting me show you. This one over here, right? You basically just deal with the squared first, because PEMDAS, and then you multiply everything by 3 afterwards, okay? For this one, you just have to remember to do FOIL. So that's your 2x times 5x, 2x times negative 8, negative 1 times negative 5, and then this is where I saw quite a few of you mess it up. Negative 1 times negative 8 is positive 8, right? 2 negatives cancel each other out. Then you're always going to combine those middle 2 terms, and just be careful doing that, especially when there's negatives. Okay? All right, you guys ready to do the hard one? Where were you? Okay. I figured. All right, let's try it when they're harder. What about this one? What do I need to do here? Any ideas? Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take care of this x minus 5 squared first, which means I'm going to leave the x plus 1 in front. Now, do you guys remember the trick to how to do this quick, or should we do it the longer way? So the first one is x squared. Then it's minus 5x, right? Because it would be like if we wrote it again. Right? Then our outside is x times negative 5. But the inside is also that. So we can, instead of saying x, like negative 5x, we can just say negative 10x. It's whatever that is times 2. Okay? We'll do it the long way, and then you'll see why that worked. So then I do insides, which is negative 5x again. And then negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. So now I need to put these 2 together, which is where, if they're exactly the same, that's why I'm saying it's 2 times that. So now I have x plus 1, x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay? Any idea what we do next? It was easy when it was a 3, right? Now it's not a 3. So what do you think we might do? So, yeah, I'm going to take just the x and multiply it through everything first. Okay? So that means, oops,
3.
yep, exactly. I'm going to get x cubed, okay, minus 10x squared plus 25x. Does that make sense to everyone so far? Good. Next, I'm going to multiply the 1 through everything, which is nice and easy, because when I multiply everything by 1, we're literally changing nothing, yeah. So it's just going to be plus x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay? Now I need to combine my like terms. So there's only one x cubed.
X5.
No, there's only one x cubed because I'm not multiplying. Right? We're just collecting like terms.
Root minus 9x squared.
Exactly. So we've got negative 10 and positive 1, so that becomes negative 9x squared. Then we've got 25 and negative 10, so that becomes positive 15. And then this guy's all by itself, so plus 25. And that would be my final answer. So they're a little bit more work, but it is just doing the same steps again. It's just doing them more often. Okay? So I'm going to pause it again and let you guys try that practice number 2 there on your own. I know Sophia got it. Anybody else get it? Gia, you had it, I think. Well, I didn't see the last one, but you were on the way. Yeah? Okay. So, you don't have to do it this way. Like, I know Luciano did it differently, right? He multiplied these two together first, which is fine. The order doesn't matter. So maybe I'll do it that way to kind of show you. All right? So if I multiply those two together first, I will still get the same answer. And that way you can see how I'm doing it as well, in case you had some trouble somewhere. Okay? So I'm going to start by multiplying these two, which means I do FOIL. So first is going to be 2x squared. Then the outsides. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 8 times 2 gives me 16x. And then 8 times negative 3 gives me negative 24. Then I still have the x minus 1 at the front. And I need a big parenthesis around everything else. Okay? Now, what can I combine from that one? The middle two terms. What does those become?
13x.
Exactly, 13x. So I'm going to rewrite it as 13x. Okay? Now I'm going to put the x into everything. So that's just 2x squared. Sorry, cubed. My bad. Plus 13x squared minus 24x, right? All I did is add an x to every term. Now I'm going to multiply them by negative 1, which is also easy because it just means I change the sign. So 2x squared becomes negative 2x squared, 13x becomes negative 13x, and negative 24 becomes positive 24. Then I combine my like terms. 2x cubed, put those x squareds together to give me 11x squared. Put the x's together to give me negative 37x plus 24. So you see, I got the exact same thing no matter which way I did it, okay? Now, most of you, I think, did it this way, yes? The first way? This way? Yeah. So, when I did it, right, I multiplied these together and then combined them to get the 7. Did everybody get to this step okay? Anyone not get to that step? Anybody have questions about that step? No? Good. Then I multiplied the 2x by everything. Now, what I told some of you is that if this is confusing to look at it this way, just move this and put it here because the order that we multiply in doesn't matter. Okay? So if it's easier for you to have the small one up front, just put the small one up front. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, then I multiplied everything by 2x, and then everything by negative 3, and then you collect the like terms. All right? Next one. This one, it didn't really matter which ones you did first because they're all the same. They're all x minus 3. So I did these two together to get x squared minus 6x plus 9. Then I multiplied the x by everything, which means I just added an x to all those terms. Then I multiplied by negative 3. And then I collected my like terms. And I think that's it. So if you have questions about that one, I can come and talk to you guys individually, okay? But then you get the